Hi, my name is Maria Rudnev, and today I have the honor of introducing Mary Jones. Mary is one of the sweetest, smartest, and most hardworking people in the class of 2020, and I'm not just saying that because I'm introducing her. For the past 9 or so years that I've known Mary, I've always admired her diligence in her schoolwork and her cheery spirit. Even after long nights of AP chemistry or calculus homework, Mary still comes to school radiating her bubbly energy and spreading her contagious smile and laughter. And on top of all of that, she owns the soccer and lacrosse field. Please give it up for Mary Sharpapata Gaydon Jones.
There I was, soaring through the air for a split second as I had just tripped over a tree root, launching my body from the ground. I knew I was coming crashing down, so I closed my eyes for the landing, which was not graceful in any way as I slid across the gravel. My family was at our house in a small town in North Carolina, so the chances someone had witnessed my fall were slim. Still, I immediately hopped up and looked around. Thankfully, no one was in sight. However, I then became very aware of the several little rocks in my knee with blood running down my leg, the scrapes in my hand, and a very cracked phone. I called my mom hoping she was awake. No answer. Called again, still no answer. 13 calls later, with still no answer, I decided to walk home. Whenever I saw someone walking toward me, I would turn my teary-eyed face and leg covered in blood to the side, hoping I could just make it home. I walked in the house to my mom's room. As she confusingly woke up, I pointed to my knees and whimpered, "I fell." A few medical trips and one infection later, my knee had healed. Although it has been 6 months since this fall, there is still a prominent scar on my knee. One kid that I babysit for, every time I am with her, asks me if the boo-boo on my knee is still there. Last time I was babysitting for her, and she asked, I explained to her that it was a scar, and although it would fade, I would probably have it for the rest of my life. To which she responded, "Oh, so it's just like the boo-boo on your forehead." This is called a hemangioma. A hemangioma most often forms in the first few weeks of life and is a large, bright red raised bump. Mine appeared when I was 2 weeks old. My parents naturally thought I had just hit my head. However, after several weeks when it did not heal, they took me to a doctor who told them it was not harmful to me in any way and would fade as I got older, which is probably why most of you cannot see it from your seats right now and would only notice it when you are close to my face. However, when meeting people for the first time, I am constantly questioned about it. People my own age will often wait until we have been friends for months before politely asking what it is, or asking my friends about it. However, I have found older people and the kids I babysit will ask me about it within 2 minutes or less of us talking. These are some of the questions I have received before. What did you hit your head on? Did you fall and scrape your forehead? Did you just get stitches or something? And you still have that bump on your forehead? I always give the same response to each of these questions. It's just a birthmark. This is what the 4-year-old I was babysitting remembered me telling her. I say this because this response is much easier than explaining the whole hemangioma situation. The extra curious people, after asking their questions, then proceed to ask, "Can I touch it?" To which I respond, "Sure, it's just a little squishy." Once someone was so nervous to touch this unusual feature, she tried to poke it as fast as she could. However, she missed my forehead and, alas, stabbed me in my right eye. When I was 3, my parents took me to see a dermatologist. I don't remember much. However, I do remember her saying they could do a surgery to remove it if I wanted. Although part of my decision was probably based on the fact that when a 3-year-old hears the word surgery, she automatically shakes her head no, I also realized, even at this young age, this little red bump of mine made me special. It was something I had that no one else I knew had. The world would be boring and a little scary if each individual did not have different scars and bumps, whether they be physical or emotional. Instead of trying to hide or cover up your differences, tell the stories that make you unique. To my beautiful and special class, thank you always for letting me tell the stories of all my scars. Each and every one of you is special, and our differences have helped make up the truly unique entity that is our class of 2020. And lastly, thank you all for never poking me in the eye. Thank you.